If you or your spouse want to argue over the smallest minor issue that, when you look at the big picture, isn't going to change your divorce or the outcome of your divorce, you're likely headed or involved in a high conflict divorce. A high conflict divorce really happens when one or both of the parties are 100% unwilling to negotiate or back down from their issue. The reality is, whether you go in front of a judge or you resolve it yourself, neither party is going to get everything they want. A healthy divorce is when both parties walk away and they both go, I didn't get everything I want, but I didn't lose everything that was important to me. When dealing with false allegations by the other party in a divorce, or sometimes by your own client, attorneys need to carefully look at what is going on, what the circumstances are, and whether that false narrative, if it comes to light, will or won't make a difference. Sometimes people develop a false narrative, and in reality, whether that narrative was proven false or proven true by a miracle, it doesn't change anything. So I often advise clients to decide and talk about what battles to pick, because if the other side is developing a false narrative about something that ultimately doesn't really matter, it's irrelevant. Protecting your mental health when dealing with a high conflict divorce is extremely important. I often advise clients that there is nothing better than talking to someone, an independent therapist or counselor, who is going to allow you to discuss your concerns and your issues for an hour every week, bi-weekly, and it's all about you. It allows you to discuss those issues out in the open without the fear of it being turned around and used negatively to you. Protecting your mental health in a divorce is extremely important. I often suggest that clients find a counselor or a therapist to speak with. It allows them to have an hour a week, an hour every other week to themselves, where they can shut everything down and discuss and open up on things that are causing them concern. Mental health is where you are going to come out ahead of in a divorce if you make sure that that is a priority for yourself. Should you fight or should you walk away? Walking away is probably what led you to get a divorce, because you walked away from the conflict. So congratulations on walking away from the conflict. Now we have to control the conflict. So we have to look at the benefit analysis. So does it benefit you and your family to continue the conflict? Or if you walk away, what are you going to lose from walking away? Oftentimes we find, and it develops, that walking away, you're not losing anything. So for your own sanity and mental health, it's okay to walk away from certain things that aren't important or don't change ultimately what your goal is. If you think you're headed for a high conflict divorce or you're involved in a high conflict divorce, please give us a call, Smedley Law Group.